Check. Okay, let me see how it goes on YouTube. Oh, it should be turning on. 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 It's a little song. Pretty. Is this fucking... Who is this? Wait, what? Did she come back and do the play? I'm confused. She's a grown woman. She's older than me. Must be her sister. Yeah, she's not. Lots of fat kids. Yeah. Yeah, it's good though. It's really good. I'm really sad right now. I was just stupid because I got the opportunity to. I just have fucked up opportunities already, which is fine. Whenever you're starting out, like, what are you gonna do? But like, not know etiquette, not know what's important, not know how to even keep your psychology straight, and still perform. Like that shit's like that part especially for me is the most difficult. I can't stay psychologically well. I have like two options. I can either like take extreme breaks fucking constantly. Like I'm talking like, okay, I got done hosting a 2-hour open mic. I'm gonna go and just sit in my car and play the Switch for a couple hours until I go and play at the open jam. Like, I'm gonna go be alone. Everyone's out hanging out, smoking. I'm gonna go just sit in my car, smoke weed, and play the Switch. That's like, uh, that's like what you're dealing with there is the force of like a force so strong that like people do drugs to to alleviate and to get around it and to rise above it. And then the other thing, yeah. So if if you're able to get past that, then now you have to know what's important. And I think it just took me some time to realize that like all it's not just like if you were to like want someone to do a project, you should think about what you would want them to do because it is probably what the people who hire you want you to do. And I kind of thought like, oh, no one really cares about like skill and ability because if we did, we'd all look at ourselves and be like, oh my God, I'm not skilled and able. That's not really what people care about. I mean, it is, but it's not the thing that gets you gigs. It's actually not. And you know that because you go and look at gigs where like the act kind of sucks. Okay. They need to know that you're going to do enough work to do the performance and that you're going to be on time. That's it. I'm not joking. It's literally those two things. I mean, I just got fired from a thing recently, and then I didn't really stay in this guy's good graces, and now I'm missing shows where I could be playing in front of these kinds of audiences, which isn't a big deal. I think I've learned my lessons, and I only know how to learn lessons through failure. I don't know how to just avoid the part where I fuck up and get broken up with or get fired or something. I just don't know how to avoid that. But what I do end up doing is whenever I fuck up a thing that matters, I just I get it immediately. I understand like, and I think it's because the entire time I'm fucking up, I kind of know I am, but I suspect that I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of came in a little late to a second show during a double header for this guy, and after that, he stopped asking me to come in, and I was like, damn, because I was only like a little late walking in the door. It wasn't time for my set yet. It was in the middle of the opening guy. I was a little late, you know what I mean? And I just thought about it. I thought about it kind of gradually over the course of a few weeks, and I was like, you just you gotta not think that this is. It's so brutal because In a lot of ways, it's just a job. So they want you to do the work and show up on time, like you would at any job. But in a lot of ways, it's more than that because they will cut you out for someone who is better. And at a job, you don't necessarily have that because you have some level of like um, ensured like security, and that's just because real jobs like it's just like how you have to do it. Like you're like I think it's a legal thing for one, and for two, it's just like how it's done. But if you're an artist, bro, you come to offer your talents and hope that someone is willing to pay you for them. It's totally fucking different. You have a thing in you, a commodity, but your commodity, the only scoring of it, is it better than the other people's commodities in the area where you're doing your work? And if it's not, you know, you're probably gonna lose it. So I would say this: it's not talent because everyone's lacking in talent, but it is work. And the thing is that if you work hard and do the things they want you to do, you're going to become quickly the most talented person in the community anyway. And that's not like a hard thing to get to at all. You might think it is, but no one's working. Everyone's just done work over the course of many years. That's why everyone in the arts is like older than you'd expect. You think it'd be all 18 to 24-year-olds or fucking even younger. You think it'd be high schoolers and shit. No, dude. The only people who are good at it are the people who've done it for years because no one's working hard. No one's working hard at art. And I know that now because I have been working on learning this set list that uh, I don't really know if I'm supposed to have this set list. It's someone else's set list. It was only given to me in like a in case of an emergency where I needed to know this music. If they couldn't find someone to replace our a guy, and they found someone, so they didn't need me anymore. Um, I went ahead and learned it anyway. Look, this is all these songs, and then also these ones, which a lot of them ones that I want to learn, and a lot of them I already learned, so they're just crossed out immediately. But still, like I've done all this in the course of a week, and I'm gonna finish this up within a week. I'm gonna finish this whole list within a week, and that's insane. And that's hours of music. If it's not hours, it's well over an hour. It's a ton of music. It's a fucking shit ton of music. You see it, okay? You get it. There's a shit ton of songs to learn in a week, no matter how you cut it, no matter if a bunch of them aren't, don't even count. It doesn't matter. A lot of these are more than one. It's a fucking ton. Okay, and it was hard to learn this many. It was hard. It wasn't that hard. It was far from impossible. And so my point is like the fact that this is someone's entire set list, and he has a bunch more, but he's old, and I did this in a week. The fact that this is someone's entire set list who's doing the thing successfully, as successfully as you can locally, um, it proves that it's all bullshit. None of these guys are good, and as in none of these guys work hard. And so like your actual thing, like you may get all stressed and like have some sort of like a psychological fucking little um, issue in your head because performing is hard and stressful, and creative work is extremely taxing on the mind. But like you don't realize like it's the answer isn't going backwards and being like, okay, then I'm just gonna kind of chill out and just try to do enough. The answer is why wouldn't you just engross yourself so completely in the creative work that there are no psychological issues because there's nothing stopping you now. You're just the best. You're just the best. And you're the best objectively because not because you're the guy who's essentially the most talented. Maybe you need 10 more years to get to that point. That's not really it. You're the guy who works the hardest. So you are the best. They can't and they could just work harder than you then if they want to be the best or work as hard as you and be on your level. But you're the best because you work hard. That's what it is, and that took me a while to realize. So just do that. Make more material and fucking show up on time when someone needs you for a thing, and then always do more than anyone expects you to do because, dude, this. Oh yeah, and I forgot. This isn't even all I learned. This isn't even all I fucking learned because I also learned from start to finish. I don't think I even really knew any of these songs. I think I knew like one or two of them total. I learned, God, there's so fucking much on here. I'm so proud. All glory to God. I learned all these. These were start to finish. Didn't know, didn't know, didn't know. No, 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 no. Yes, of course. So didn't know these ones. That one. Vaguely, I've heard that one. Yes, didn't know these two. I've heard Peter Frampton. I've heard But yeah, even ones I kind of knew, I'm only familiar with by hearing them a few times. Like this one I really knew, and I've always loved this song. Um, Even though I didn't know the name, I totally forgot about it. So good. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Anyway, yeah. Um, just do that. Just work harder. Just work harder and show up on time. I mean, that's what. And you might think like that sounds too simple. Like I'm not that good. I'm not that smart. I'm not that creative. How is it too simple? What do they want you to do? Like think about that. Okay, so I hired you to do a thing. What do I need you to do? Okay, I need you to do the work. I need you to show up for the thing. What do I need you? That's it. That's all. I don't even need you to be good because we can work on that. I need you to do the work and show up for the thing so that I know that you're a fucking guy who does the thing. And that's it. So just yeah, don't be idiot. Don't be putting value in the wrong things. Because all that'll happen is whenever you fail, you'll be like, oh fuck, this was the right way to do it, obviously. And then, by the way, if you fail, um, fucking like be grateful because you just got given the best lesson in the world. Failing is awesome. Failing means you get to know everything now. Like that's what failing means. Like, oh cool, I get all the knowledge exposed to me at once. It's so it's so worth it. It's almost it's so worth it, but it's not obviously it's not worth it to do it intentionally. But it's so but to fail at doing something that you're trying to do is good. If you didn't care at all, then the failure is useless because yeah, you lost the thing because you didn't care. If you cared and you still lose it because you just didn't do good enough, just take that as your chance to uh, ascend. Dude. I cannot believe how much fucking work I would stay up all night every night. I don't know how the fuck I did it. And I would have been done with this whole list if it wasn't for the fact that I just did a different list for someone else. This is an insane amount of work. This isn't anything that anyone's expected to do. Never. And you could say, well, you don't really learn when you just make up chord sheets. Making up chord sheets is a digesting the song. I pull up any of these chord sheets and play this song, play these songs right now with minimal mistakes. It's and there's a little bit of looking over. Still, it's a day to look over all these. It was days to get these learned, to get these put together, to know what to play at each part, to know what chords were right, to verify the chords I was reading. It was days. That kind of work is just you win. You can't lose with that kind of shit. I'm about to, if I did that for another week, I would have, I mean, an 100 song set list. So I don't know what else to say. Maybe it would probably take you 3 weeks to build up a set list of 100 songs. And I get it. I'm fucking really good just because I've been doing this for years and I had a lot of natural ability in music. So maybe, we all have different capabilities, but fuck, you're gonna be capable in ways that I'm not, especially socially. So just like ignore that part and realize that there's no other choice but to do as much work as possible. And that's for men. Women, relax. Go find a man who works hard. How about that? And open your pussy lips. I'm not joking. I'm literally not joking. Find a man who works hard and open your pussy like this and let his cock ejaculate inside of you. Are you stupid? And I mean that. I actually mean that. I actually mean women are dumb to not just do that. Now listen, I'm lucky. I got a girl. So I'm being a good guy. And if you're a guy, hey, guess what? These bitches are stupid right now. They don't know they should just look for a rich man somehow. They got all fucking confused. I think because we had to train the culture to focus on love more than money. So that America wouldn't become an incel hellscape like India or like everywhere else. But cool. Lucky you. Now you can do both. Now you can both have a girl and go do the work and become a fully fledged individual. But I mean it, ladies. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? I don't even know. It's not even like, it's not even satanic. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even evil. Like, I'm a woman. What do I want in a man? Oh, I want him to be some lazy loser. And listen, in a man, what does he want in a woman? And you might say, well, I don't want her to be lazy either. No, you don't give a fuck. You're a male. You probably don't give a fuck if she sits around and watches Netflix, as long as she stays kind of cute and cleans the house. You know, like that is you. What are you talking about? Of course it's you. You're a male. Of course it is. You want to go work hard. That's what your fucking body yearns for you to do, is to do constant work. And the funny thing is that, and this is why I'm saying all these things now, because I never talked like this before a week ago. But I spent a whole week working as hard as a person should actually work, and it changed my philosophies immediately because I suddenly realized that none of the shit I cared about before matters at all. All that emotional bull. Bro, the stuff I'm saying right now could fuck me over. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back to my computer and I'm gonna do more work. And the things I'm saying right now could do me good. Someone could hear and be like, that's kind of funny and kind of a good perspective. Even though I'm mostly trolling, obviously. Still, someone could be like, yeah, it's pretty good. You know? And then I get a follower or get a gig. You know? And guess what the answer still is? I still have to go do more work. That's my point. No matter what happens, you succeed, you fail, you anything. You gotta go do more work. So if that's not your logic, then you're being a bitch. And just like the beginning, middle, and end of story. Like if that's not your logic, you are being a bitch. And if you tell me I'm wrong, okay, well then I'm gonna go do more work, and then you're not, and then you're going to lose. So, okay, I'm trying to help you. I mean that literally. You're being a bitch. You're being a bitch of a person. We can't use you or help you because you won't put in effort. Right? Does that make more sense to you? How can we use you if you won't do any work? We're using you for your work. You know? So I mean that's just something I've come to understand very clearly. I wish people would be more forceful about that opinion, Sam Hyde included. I wish he would just say, and he does get to this point saying I'm a retard. But I wish he would just always he does, so actually never mind. Sam Hyde is the one that actually made me realize this. Just always work hard. I don't know. We were in a new pill video actually, I think. Oh, it's not? Well, it is. He has a new channel. Huh. I remember the fuck I remember. Oh, it wasn't the fucking thing. The thumbnail. It was yeah, I can't find it. It was definitely a new pill video, I'm almost certain. That's too bad. But what he said was
Hey Brad, listen to this.
it could be that how oh that was 6 hours ago. We could try that. But the point he made is that whenever you're having
Oh my God! When people
Charmful with $20, sit and finish it.
His writing. I don't like sensitive type dudes.
He offed himself, right?
He did, yeah. And I don't mean to. I would never speak ill of the dead, and I don't think that it's you should talk down on people who kill themselves. But I don't think that I could find anything in common with someone that killed themselves.
Yeah.
And I know is he a sensitive dude? Sensitive dudes. Like this, I don't know anything about David Foster Wallace. I'm sure he's a cool guy and his writing's good or whatever, but this, like, when dudes are sensitive, it's just like, you just can't. Like, anybody, if I ever see a guy like this, where's the fucking picture, bitch?
It's false advertising. Open the picture.
Like, if I ever see a guy like this, Chris, you know,
I can't even make a scowl like that.
My entire is ethos the word? Characteristic, spirit, episodes of a culture. I mean, my entire, what's the version of ethos you could apply to a person? My whole steez is about being resolute and suffering through to get the right thing made or accomplished. And when I've encountered guys like this who are like, even the slightest bit of commentary about your feelings. I think Shane Gillis says this. If you talk about your feelings as a man, you're gay.
That sounds like something you would say.
It's 100% true. If you're, listen, I'm sure this guy's talked about his feelings.
Big Dog partnered up with We Transfer.
Hold on, Chris.
That's what we did. I developed 12 new
I just never got along with my dad. I just got an email. I just emailed my dad. I wrote.
This is basically it. I mean, it's a similar point.
We got Charmful with $20. Sam, Wise the Strong. What are your thoughts on David Foster Wallace? Did you finish Infinite Jest? How far did you get if you didn't finish it?
I finished the first chapter, and I don't think I can't imagine that I would like his writing. I don't like sensitive type dudes.
He offed himself, right?
He did, yeah, and I don't mean to. I would never speak ill of the dead, and I don't think that it's you should talk down on people who kill themselves. But I don't think that I could find anything in common with someone that killed themselves.
Yeah.
And I know is he a sensitive dude? Sensitive.
Is that the book? Is it good? I mean, it might be good. I'm not trying to say it's bad. Hated because Sam Hyde hated it. I would have a tendency to be like that. I can't tell. The font is killing me. This looks like a fucking Word doc. I'm assuming it is a Word doc. I mean, if I saw this on page in a book, wouldn't it be way too small? The book would have to be huge. I'm like confused here. I can't imagine this on a fucking book. Look at that. Anyway. Yeah, who could ever read shit like this? Is exactly the kind of stuff I don't like. Does it get good reviews? Because like I've heard the name David Foster Wallace. I just don't know anything about him at all. Yeah, I mean I just don't care automatically because it's like isn't reading something like this like a pedantic thing to do? Like it's like a show. It's like look how smart I am. I've been trying to figure out how to enjoy this like modernistic poetry, but it sucks because it only has the illusion of being hard to write. It's really easy. It's the easiest shit to write. So all you do is go, I hear this voice in my head, just give it a pop, pop, pop. And then, so it's not like if I were to write something like this, or anyone would, and maybe this is good, I'm going to give it a chance, but I'll use this for my point anyway, just so I can make a point about something else then. You're the dependent adult undergarment, like right there, like you immediately like, what's this like, I don't even know what this shit is, and I'm into it. I'm gonna say something stupid that doesn't even make sense. Like so you could say like I'm seated in an office, I'm seated in a in a university office, the white walls of the corporate education structure um you know contest against the against the November the November the you probably need a state here, so I don't know why it's hot in November, the California November heat. And that's it. But what he did was like, and so like, I'm not saying there's like no room for poetry. I'm saying this is all I can hear in my head when I read this. You ready? This is the voice that I hear. I can never read this as, as a man, as like this guy is David Foster Wallace. I can never read like a man's voice just reading this like this. I'm seated in an office surrounded by heads and bodies. My posture is consciously congruent to the shape of my hard chair. It's a cold room in university administration, wood wall, Remington hung, double windowed against November heat. Insulated from administrative sound. You can't even read it. It sounds weird. You want to know why? because this guy is so pretentious that what he hears in his head. And I'm not saying that this is the case, but I'm saying that there's poetry and writing like this. This guy's so pretentious that what he hears in his head, unironically, not as a joke, what he hears in his head whenever he writes this is this: I'm seated in an office surrounded by heads and bodies. My posture is consciously congruent to the shape of my hard chair. This is a cold room at University Administration, wood walled, Remington hung, double windowed against the November heat, insulated from the administrative sounds by the reception area outside, which Uncle Charles, Mr. Linton, and I were late received. I am in here. Like it's gay. And I totally get why this is unreadable for someone like Sam Hyde. I'm gonna be able to learn to enjoy it because it's probably like even that, like if you read that, that's good writing. And so it probably is like, how old is this guy? It's probably something like this guy came from a era where this stuff was being made, and then it became the thing that it became the thing that every single college student needs to learn and to read and write. And now they all think that they're like the next fucking David Foster Wallace, but it's like David Foster Wallace did it. You guys are gay wads. It's kind of like how like I never understand when someone who like in the modern day is releasing new music, someone really talented, someone hardworking and talented, they'll release music, but yet every single song is like classic rock or something, and you're like, okay, you're not like this is 2024, and that doesn't mean that like it's not the time for classic rock. You can still make good classic rock. I mean, the in fact the music scene as far as the mainstream goes right now is kind of cool because you'll see a lot of genres represented. And even if you have like a year or period of several months where that kind of dwindles and it's just pop and rap, we're always reigniting with rock songs and dance pop songs like 80s style and all that shit. So like that's always happening. That's the only thing that you can't get back to is alt rock because it is like it's meant to be different. So you can't make that sound again. That's impossible. Let's not get into all that. So you're able to like you are able to get popular with like music that is old. That's not the problem. The problem is that it's not 2024. So chances are that if you're making classic rock music, you're making it like from the perspective of 2024. You're not making it as someone in 1980 where that is organically a thing that's starting to exist and develop. You're looking back at something and just copying it, and thus you're doing it badly because it's just a copy. It has none of the heart, none of the substance of it. So I would predict this has all the heart and substance that can be had in this kind of really fucking gay poetry. But like anyone who like you see on Instagram doing the same kind of shit. What was the one? Matt Walsh, insane liberal poem. Can we find that? Ah, fuck. I really wish we could find that. But it was like the guy beside me not wearing a mask and my phone is in charge. I ride the public transit to the and it was just like a mixed mash of like um just like liberal talking points. Yeah, here it is. Bro, this sucks. I mean, it sucks. It's as bad as it can be. You would think, but it actually is mimicking something that's even worse, which is exactly the kind of shit that I'm talking about. It's mimicking that shit, and then it's not. Oh, but it's got some kind of a grounding, which is liberal ideology, I guess. Which is gay to like left wing ideology is fake because it's based upon progress, so it can't be correct because it'll always be incorrect next. So let's just like start and end there. Okay, it's fake. It's just the way the government controls the dialogue so that they can move us further and further down the line. And then conservatism is a fake fight against that because all it's there to do is just fail and lose every single time so that everyone who disagrees with the obvious way the culture is flowing and will forever flow get put into this basket of deplorable stuff. They would put into this basket and are just like pacified with the fucking placated with the fight. So it's all fake. Okay, but yeah, left wing shit is fake, and that's why this is so funny because it's just like when you put it all into one poem, especially with this kind of style, this David Foster Wallace type style, it just looks like crap. It doesn't say anything. It looks like it was literally written fast on a notes app. Like there's actually like lowercase letters and shit that shouldn't be there. Like it's fucking crazy. There's laundry to do and a genocide to stop. It's like, wow, I get it. It's like you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. But anyway, here the whole thing is this. Let's do the same test. Okay, I'm gonna read it like a normal person. There's laundry to do and genocide to stop. I have to eat better and also avoid a plague. My rent went up $150. I'll need to pick up more shifts. 20 people died in Rafah this morning, and every Meter News outlet stretching the limits of passive voice suggests whole families may have lifted up through the air at missiles that otherwise had the right of way. I just got a notification that my student loan payments are drying up again and my phone is in charge. My cousin got COVID for a fourth time and can no longer work or even feed himself. The person. So we came from talking about missiles in Israel or something. Where's Rafah? I have no fucking idea. But we came about talking about missiles in Israel to in the next sentence, my student loan payments. And you can see how this, and this is the issue. This kind of writing, this might be hard to do. This is probably good. It's 429 fucking pages. This is David Foster Wallace. I'm some fucking retard, like failure kid. All right, I'm not gonna act like I'm like a better artist than David Foster Wallace. I mean, I clearly am, but we can prove that later. Joking. Joking. I'm not gonna act like that. I haven't done this much. Like a 429-page book. I've never done anything like this. I'll shut the fuck up. Okay? I'll sit down and shut up. David Foster Wallace. Probably a god. Like, what is this? Like, why? Like, why do all that stupid shit? What is all this? Is this how his chapters are listed? I can't even begin to understand what the fuck I'm looking at right now. Which is kind of the problem. But I'm just saying this. I think I lost my train of thought. I'm just saying this. It's probably good. It's probably really good. But it's giving people the opportunity to do something that's not any good. It's just like that's like just crap. And in chat, I won't stand for that. I won't stand for bad art. What's going on? I won't stand for that, chat. Because if you don't know anything about writing poetry, and there's like a lot to it, man. I mean, it just takes some know-how to get really good at it, obviously, and then it takes time and stress and effort. It's literally like a mentally fucking stressful thing. But if you the funny thing is, I knew it was gonna be this shit. I didn't guess it because I thought, well, there's no way. But I knew it was gonna be this shit as soon as Sam said he couldn't read the first chapter. I was like, is it gonna be that fucking zippity zappity fucking crap? And it is, and I do get it. I get that it is good. I understand. I just can't read it because all I can think the whole time is that the writer really wants me to think he's a good writer. I mean, he really wants me to think that. And then I wonder, is he a good writer or did he just paste a bunch of shit on top of his lack of writing ability? What is on my head? Just how my hair is sitting? Or did he just, I'm serious, what the fuck? Why does it look like that? Is it just some strange shadow? Oh, great. I fucking moved it again. Fuck me. Whatever. Some strange shadow. Why does it look like that? Is it a red mark? Yeah, it's just a shadow. But people will take this and think that they can just they think they can just do it, and they can. There's another point that Sam talks about. He doesn't really trust what people identify as postmodern art because he thinks that postmodernism is just a means for untalented people to pretend to be talented. And he is exactly correct. Because if you say a bunch of shit that you mash together that sounds so like what you can do is you can trick a reader into thinking, oh, this is smarter than me. That's why it seems so advanced and strange. This guy's just on another level. And that's what I mean about pedantic reasons for reading shit. It's like, are you reading this because you enjoy it? Because all I have going on when I read it is like, can he shut the fuck up and just tell me the fuck mothering story? Like, and am I wrong about that? Even looking at it right now, like I'm scrolling down, like he's still like doing this shit. The demon at the left is a lean yellowish man whose fixed smile nevertheless is the impermanent quality of the This shit sucks in my opinion. Okay? And I do mean that in opinion. It's probably good. This shit sucks in my opinion. It fucking sucks. It's like offensive. It's like shut the fuck up, gay guy. Get out of my face. Is he gay? It'd be funny if he was gay after all this. And the truth will set you free. No, I'm joking, he wasn't gay. But he did kill himself. He did commit suicide. So that's crazy. Jesus. I don't trust that. I don't trust that anything anymore. I don't know, man. I literally alleviated depression through just working hard. I'm not saying that David Foster Wallace didn't work hard. It's impossible that someone with depression has the right mindset. I don't know what people want me to say about that because I was in the suicide hospital. So go fuck yourself. If you want to disagree with me on anything, go fuck yourself. Like literally, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Let's record this part. So I was kind of talking on stream, recording now. Talking on stream about how much like postmodern art annoys the fuck out of me. I didn't want to like be stupid and like speak out of turn because when I try to talk about the strawberry alarm, incense and peppermints, a strawberry alarm clock song, I like really kind of failed to make a good point because it actually isn't a bad song. It's not just abstract random word shit. I heard this one line and thought that was like I like let's click up here. I was like, oh, this sounds like shit, and I clicked it. I'm like, oh, so it's just some fucking retarded bullshit. I also thought the song was called Strawberry Alarm Clock. So when I heard him say just two random words and meaningless nouns, I was like, so they called the song Strawberry Alarm Clock. It's about saying random shit. It's not good poetry, but it's not that. I thought it was. So I don't want to talk out of turn about this while I was like, just recording into the stream. But I'm not talking out of turn. This shit sucks, and I don't want to say. I want to make it clear that that is an opinion. That is one perspective. I think that there is probably there's endless. There's so much to appreciate in this. This is a fucking it's a long ass book. It's a well known book. It's a well written book. Whatever. This shit sucks, and I'll tell you why. It's exhausting to read because you can tell that what the writer is doing is really trying to let you know how smart he is. Like, look at this. You could even say something cool here, like about how, like the cold, um, corporate white walls of this university. There's like a word I'm looking for. I'm not a writer. I'm not a fucking writer. So I'm better at simple words than I'm fucking complex ones. But you could what word am I looking for? But there's this you could talk about that in relation to the hot November air, but this takes so much longer than that. I am seated in an office surrounded by heads and bodies. My posture is conscious. And like it's like shit like this, like what image is that meant to put in my head? It's not meant to do anything. It's your first line. It doesn't tell you anything. It's just people are around you. It's not even how you see the world as heads and bodies around me. Like it doesn't even say anything. And my posture is consciously congruent to the shape of my hard chair. Were you even listening to what I just said? Because I don't even know what the fuck I just read. It's consciously congruent to the so as in he's sitting straight up consciously, I guess, or I don't fucking even know or care. Why would I have to take a minute to consider how he's sitting in a fucking chair? And that's my point. Like this looks like extremely good writing, but it is a trick. It's a way to get you to think his writing is good. And I mean the best part about it is like I'm like trying to think when does this end? Like look here still. Watch this fucking reading. The dean at left, a lean yellowish man whose fixed smile nevertheless is the impermanent quality of something stamped into on the Shut up. Shut the fuck up, you fucking gay bitch. Kill yourself. Well, he did kill himself, but he shouldn't have. All right, to be fair. To be fair, he probably shouldn't have killed himself. So yeah, Lord in heaven, fucking hanged himself. Oh, well, there you go. He didn't do fucking anything. For what? 10 years? He didn't do any work? Was that 10 or 12 years? This is 2008, and then you said Infinite Jest was 1990. Okay, well, then that wasn't going to my point anyway. I didn't think it was a good point, but it wasn't my point anyway. Just go work hard, you stupid bitch. Go work hard, you bitch. Go work really hard all the time. They gonna be thinking about fucking killing yourself? And that's my point. Like, I'm done thinking that, like, it's all, I understand some people have to. You think the best thing for that person isn't also to tell them to shut the fuck up and get right? Is that what you think? They've got to shut the fuck up and get right. Listen, I've been there. I've been there. But I don't think a culture of people coddling you helps anyone. I think it leads you to entertain, over a lifetime even, the thought that some people are just depressed. And man, she took my fucking word. And when you do that, it makes more depression. It's not helping anyone. If a counselor told me, Christian, I bet if you worked super hard at the thing that you love to do, you wouldn't be depressed anymore. I would have been like, but I can't. I would have my answer. And you know what the answer is then? Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Yo. There's no words here. There's not one word here. I'm so bad at this game, but I swear to God, this time it's actually not a word because but ill is a word. You admit ill is a word. Did we have that? I don't know. Just ill, dick, Dio, like James Dio. And so I can't understand. Like I don't think this is good writing for one. And I don't think he cared to make his life better. Depression is just an addiction to laying in bed. That's literally all it is. It is an addiction to laying in bed. That's depression. Let me look up depression definition. It probably says that. Depression definition. Can you give me one fucking answer? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. DSM-5. Like a fucking smart person to look up. For a major depressive episode, what is major depressive? Whatever. Yeah, but look at all this. This is what I mean. Like this immediately. Empty or hopeless. You will not be hopeless if you do things. If you set up a good life for yourself, you will no longer be hopeless. If you can trust that daily you're the person who will do hard work all day, every day, that will do the most you can do, you are, first of all, objectively not depressed anymore because all this is gone. You're not doing that. You obviously don't have a feeling of hopelessness because you're doing work. You don't have a distribution of pleasure because you're doing the work. So if you make the choice to do the work, it's gone. It's gone. And don't get me wrong, I've been here. I probably have it. If it's a disorder that you could have, I probably have it. I am trying to help you. I don't care how bad it sounds. I just don't give one shit. Oh, I get it, they kill themselves, and it's somehow my fault because of what I'm saying. It's your fault for trying to like encourage them to believe that they're just depressed and that's it. It's your fault. You've given them no answer. You've given them nothing practical to do. You should always tell people, get the fuck up and do something. And listen, again, women, I have no fucking idea what they're going through. It's an emotional fest because they're not capable of working like you do. They're not it doesn't exist for them. It's not real. It's only real if they're mimicking what men do by nature. That's not real. Women have the emotional things. You don't get it. You have to work. You have to get to the next level. You have to make yourself stronger and better. You have to work. That's it. And so you don't get to as a man. I'm sorry. I know it's rough. It is rough. It actually is rough. This sucked to realize. I hated it. I thought I don't agree with it. I'm not living like that. Oh, my emotions don't matter because I'm a man. Yes, your emotions don't matter because you're a man. And the thing is that me saying that, now you're forced to realize it. Because every single time you get emotional, if you're a man, you know what's going to happen? You're going to go like this. Oh yeah, but Christian said, I'm being a bitch for this. You got to argue with that every single time. And guess what? I win the argument every time. Because if you continue being emotional, you lose the argument. What do you mean quit being emotional then? Oh, you won't? You're choosing not to now, even though I told you that's the wrong way to go. Now you're choosing not to stop being emotional. You're choosing to be emotional? Really? Okay. Okay. Fine. I mean, I stopped being emotional and learned all these songs in a week. Right? So, I don't know. Maybe it's not your responsibility as a human. Somehow. You're here, you're alive with time to do things, and you're a man. No, your time is best spent thinking about your fucking feelings, talking about your fucking feelings, paying someone to go talk about your fucking feelings for an hour. Man up. The only reason you should ever go to a psychiatrist as a man is because you have anger issues. Then you have to go. That's different. That's way different. Because, yeah, your goal as a man is to become ultra powerful, to become the most powerful thing in existence besides God, right? That's actually your goal. Anger might show up there, and that's dangerous. That's volatile. That hurts feelings. That hurts bodies. That hurts possessions, homes. You know, you gotta chill on that. It hurts relationships. Hurts your chances. It ultimately hurts yourself, and you fight with the wrong guy. Like you gotta watch out for the anger thing. But that's it. Fucking emotionality. Fuck all that.
Dudes. Like this, I don't know I don't know anything about David Foster Wallace. I'm sure he's a cool guy and his writing's good or whatever, but this, like, when dudes are sensitive, it's just like, you just can't. Like, anybody, if I ever see a guy like this, where's the fucking picture, bitch?
It's false advertising. Open the picture.
Like, if I ever see a guy like this, Chris, you know,
I can't even make a scowl like that.
my entire is ethos the word? Characteristic, spirit, so it's of a culture. I mean, my entire, what's the version of ethos you could apply to a person? My whole steez is about being resolute and suffering through to get the right thing made or accomplished. And when I've encountered guys like this who are like, even the slightest bit of commentary about right steez is about being resolute and suffering through to get the right thing made or accomplished. And when I've encountered guys like this who are like,
This phrase, like, literally is the thing that saved my life. Like, I don't know how you get through as a man without hearing this.
is about being resolute and suffering through to get the right thing made or accomplished.
Like, what are you gonna do, man? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna choose to not be resolute and suffer through? You're gonna choose to get emotional at some point? Again, that's for women. And you know whom they have, so they're allowed to be like that? Man. How would it be any other way? Literally. No, you're supposed to look like that at some point as a guy. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, maybe if your fucking dad dies or your son, then you can look like that. Jesus Christ.
And when I've encountered guys like this who are like, even the slightest bit of commentary about your feelings. I think Shane Gillis says this. If you talk about your feelings as a man, you're gay.
That sounds like something you would say.
It's 100% true. If you're, listen, this fucking, I'm sure this guy's talked about his feelings.
Big Dog partnered up with.
But then here's the thing I'll say about this. I don't like that Sam forgot that literally the whole solution is just working hard. It's actually the solution is not, I don't know, overcoming your emotions. You work hard and your emotions have been overcome now. It's one and the same. And it's not even like you overcome your emotions and then you go work hard and then you overcome them even more. No, everything that you do like is tied up in it's tied up with its consequence. It's always inextricable. Every single action inextricably holds its consequence in the moment you commit the action, the moment you choose to commit the action. Okay, every single action, immediate, at the same instant that you commit the action, is the consequence transmitted. Okay, so like whenever you work hard, you aren't depressed anymore because that's not what depressed people are doing. So you are inherently not depressed. If you are working hard actively every day, you aren't depressed. You aren't. And so you need to choose to do that. And if you are yet depressed, then your mindset is wrong because again, that depression just means you have a certain series of thoughts that you're engaging with. That's all it is. And you might not have been given the right thoughts, or you might have been given the wrong thoughts. You might have people try to fucking torment your mind for all the years of your life. I mean, you probably have. So I'm not even trying to say it's your fault. I'm actually not trying to say that. I'm saying it's your responsibility at this point because it's your body, it's your life. You have to do something. And so there's no piece of advice that ever even gets close to saying something like, "Oh, it's okay." Like, don't get me wrong, man. You have to fucking lay down for a sec. Maybe, but only maybe. Only fucking maybe, dude. I mean, lately I don't take breaks anymore. All that shit, man. I don't. I just don't know what to say, man. You don't work on Sundays, and that's it. That's your time to fucking chill. I don't know what other. I'm just at this point in life. I'm trying to figure out what other choice there is. Because don't get me wrong, wouldn't it be nice if we could all chill out and do nothing? It seems to me that we're not allowed because the life will just get worse then. It would have to. It's impossible for it not to. I transformed myself in the course of 1 week, not even a week so far. So I don't know what else to tell everyone. This is real. If you do the work, you will no longer have the depression. It's just as simple as that. What was I saying?
It's 100% true. If you're, listen, this fucking, I'm sure this guy's talked about his
I don't remember what triggered that, but yeah, there we go.
feelings.
Big Dog partnered up with We Transfer.
Hold on, Chris.
That's what we did. I developed will do
I just never got along with my dad. I just got an email. I just emailed my dad. I wrote back to him. I wrote, do you want to reconnect? And he wrote me back a fucking Reddit post. A melodramatic, like the most unbelievable Reddit post you've ever read. I'll let you read this because it's funny. It's chilling. It's chilling. And this, like, it's actually unbelievable. And like, man.